Good day, creative geniuses. Welcome. Welcome to my Wednesday Wisdom Window. I'm Reverend Suzanne Grace Raleigh, Spiritual Director here at the Foothill Center for Spiritual Living in Auburn, California. Grateful, grateful, grateful that we come together once a week to have a new thought about this thing called life, to be inspired, to get grounded in spiritual principle. I don't know about you, but I could use a little grounding these days. Good morning, Pam. Happy to see you. Today in Northern California, if you're not from around here, it's a rainy day, beautiful rainy day. I'm always grateful for the rain here because it eases that fire danger. And it's also toward the end of February, which is really amazing. This month went by pretty fast. And next month is March, and it's going to be a great month. Spring is coming. Spring is coming. So today, I'm going to read a little bit from 365 Days of Richer Living by the dynamic duo of Raymond Charles Barker and Ernest Holmes. I'm going to go back a few days this week. This is a great one. It's about being late. And I titled it No Delay. And the title, and so I'm going to paraphrase some of the reading from them, and then we'll do their breath practice and then their prayer. So the title is God is Never Late. Mind, the divine mind, is always on time, and so am I. That's a good affirmation. God, the divine spirit, whatever name, is never late. Divine mind is always on time, and so am I. So they say the accuracy of nature is apparent to all. The universe is an orderly system of intelligence, and we exist in it as orderly spiritual beings. Procrastination and delay are unknown to the divine presence and should be unknown to us. Time, spiritually understood, is an orderly method of living easily. Hear that. Time, spiritually understood, is an orderly method of living easily. Yeah. Its sole value is measurement. Many people develop an unconscious resistance to time and are habitually late for appointments. Anybody? These same people usually find their demonstrations delayed because they are in a consciousness of delay. If we are often late in our daily schedules, we can hardly expect the law of mind to deliver our demonstrations at the instant we think they should appear, because this law can only deal with our own thought. Bless our hearts. Students of this teaching would do well to think deeply on this idea. Divine ideas appear on time. Nature is orderly and accurate, and we can easily discipline ourselves to new habits of time which agree with the divine. I don't know. I think about we each have our own version of time, right? And I remember in my dance company years ago, one of my dancers was always late to rehearsals, like always late. And so I learned, and I would get kind of frustrated with it and just be like, ugh. And she always had an excuse, there was traffic or, whatever it was. And then I realized that I needed to say to her, instead of the rehearsal starts at noon, I said the rehearsal starts at 11:30. And then she would show up by noon. So I did a little trick there. But, just think about that. Are you a person that's habitually late? Because it may be delaying your demonstrations. And what we mean by demonstrations in the science of mind is our manifestation, our results. So if your results you feel are delayed, you may look at how you're using time. And are you on time for appointments? Do you show up? When do you show up? Are you always running late? Something to think about, isn't it? All right, so let's do our breath practice now to help ground us in this present moment, which is always, always good, isn't it? So I feel my feet on Mother Earth. And if you're not driving, if it's comfortable, I invite you to just cross your hands over your heart in what's called the Serenity Hold. And just take a little tap, one hand and the other, to your chest area. And this movement helps to inform the nervous system and the mind that you are safe. You are here now. And we close our eyes to the busy day. We drop our thinking mind down into the feeling heart. Grateful, so grateful to be here in this moment, whenever this moment is for you. And you can relax your tapping if you want, and just let your shoulders drop, but sit with a nice straight spine so that energy flow can happen through what's called the Sushumna channel of the spinal column. Notice your feet on Mother Earth, grateful for our grounding. And then imagine at the crown of your head, open at the top, inviting that wise, divine wisdom today, knowing there is no delay in your good. And so in a moment, we'll take our 3 conscious breaths, breathing in through the nostrils, slowly pausing at the heart, and then exhaling through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw, slower than the in-breath. So let's begin. Inhale through the nostrils, holding at the top just for a moment, and slowly exhale. And again, in breath, just watch your breath expand like a balloon without tension, and slowly let it go. And one more conscious breath in. Let's breathe in a breath of gratitude for this day. And slowly let it out. You can let your hands rest back on your lap if you like. And we stay in that inner space for a moment for prayer. As I read this prayer in the first person, I invite you to receive it for yourself in your consciousness and your heart. I live in the presence of God, Spirit, the divine, where all is accurate, orderly, and right. There is no delay in God's response to me, as I now clear my thought of every belief of delay. I do whatever needs to be done on time and in order. I refuse to believe that I am under any pressures of time and space. Every idea I need appears in my consciousness on time and in right sequence. I see my watch as a friendly means of being prompt in every engagement this day. I arrive on time with ease and peace of mind. I am accurate, prompt, and orderly in everything I do. As the Father in me doeth the work, it is easy and light. God, the Creator, the Spirit, is never late. Divine Mind is always on time, and so am I. And we breathe. And we open ourselves today to this idea of no delay, and trusting that we have plenty of time to accomplish whatever it is we need to do, and that we show up when we need to on time. So we plant that seed today, trusting this divine guidance, knowing that ideas appear on time. And we open to receive those ideas. And so we take a deeper cleansing breath as we return and come back to this moment. You can open your eyes, and good morning, everyone, again. What a great reminder. You know, I have a lot on my plate today that I have to do. And I was a little bit flustered this morning, and then I read this and I thought, oh yeah, it'll all get done. You know, it always does get done, and whether I want to do it in a upset, hurried way or relax and know that I am divinely guided. So I'm grateful that we can remember that. So I want to close today with the prayer of St. Francis, and if you know this, you can say it with me or just again hear these beautiful words. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. And so it is. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, Wisdom Window, or maybe on Sunday. We have a great service lined up with Reverend Pixie and John Dufour and practitioner Sandy Russi. So it's going to be a great Sunday. I hope to see you there. Have a beautiful rest of this day. Stay warm and dry. Namaste.